What's up, guys? We're out on the water, and it has been really interesting. What I'll say is this: I'm out here on Rayburn. I've got to spend a lot of days on Rayburn. I think that's part of the problem. When you get to spend a lot of days in the water, you get to see a lot of things change, and things are changing. In the past couple weeks, we had a couple floods, and the lakes come up 6-7 foot. I think it's up to 7 foot now, but it's still 1 foot low. But it's still come up 7 foot. Now, the weird part about it is this: normally they just let this thing rise, like they don't really care. But they're working on the dam apparently, and so they're flushing water out. Well, when they did that, they pulled all that dirty water down. Now I've seen this lake get dirty before. Even when it's flooded before, like 10 foot high, it was kind of dirty. But I've never seen it like this. In all my years, I've never seen the lake this muddy. Now, it's not muddy everywhere. And that's what we want to talk about. It's coming down the lake. So I'm sitting here. I got a tournament in 2 days. This muddy water got us about 2 weeks ago, way up the lake. Like it was perfectly clear. And the night of the tournament, we went and checked it at about 5 o'clock. Couldn't see mud forever. Showed up the next morning, just mud. It's starting to do it again. It's just 10 miles down the lake now, and I've just never seen that mud make it this far. The bad part is I'm trying to run from it a little bit. The crazy part is as it comes down, the wind's pushing it around. So the wind's pushing it on one side of the lake and on the other. And the problem is we had a whole bunch of north wind the other day, and it pushed it all on the south bank. Now we're about to have a whole bunch of south wind, and I think it's going to push it all on the north end of the bank where it was clear. Problem is I don't want to fish that side because it's going to be blowing on that side. So it's figured out how to get us two different ways. So yeah, it's going one way, going the other. It's going down south, and here's the crazy part: live scope. I'm still bringing it up a lot. The reason is I get to see a lot of things. Remember, I'm not even worried about catching fish with it, guys. I'm just getting able to see what's going on. Here's something I'm noticing. When that mud hits, it scatters that bait. Really weird. It could be that and or the wind, but it seems like when you get in that muddy water, the bait's scattered, which in turn, the fish are scattered. If you get in that clear water, it doesn't look the same. The bait looks different. It's all grouped up a little bit more. It's easier to catch fish. Problem is certain lakes, this is one of them, sometimes where you find clear water doesn't mean that's where the biggest fish in the lake grow. It's weird. Every lake's like that. There are certain places, especially the big lakes, certain places on these lakes, bigger fish are at. So, I mean, I can go out there and catch 40, 50 fish. Problem is they're just not big. Now, I caught a big one today, but it's more or less on the spot. Weekend already this morning. And so I'm trying to figure out what to do, to be honest with you, because everything's going on and LiveScope's kind of showing me. Now, I keep on going up there shallow. I can't get bit up there. I know other guys are. It keeps rising, and you would think it'd be better, but it's really not. The water's rising, but the fish aren't really rising with it. And so they're kind of staying put. It just makes it a lot harder to fish for these fish. There's a lot going on. And like I said, I know how to catch fish. I just don't know how to catch big ones. consistently. Like I said, I caught a 7-pounder today, and I caught a couple 2.5s and 3s. I know that's not going to cut it. I mean, I can't rely on a big fish every day. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's just really not how you win tournaments. You got to go out there and figure out how to catch a couple big ones every day, at least in practice, because practice is the easiest time to go catch them. So I think I'm going to make a move tomorrow. Since I've been fishing out here a lot, I kind of got in one area, the cleanest water I could, and stay there as long as possible. And like I said, I can get bit. Still getting hard. But that changing conditions this time of year, I think that's the number one thing that we all struggle with. You know, we all struggle with it too. I mean, a lot of us, you know, they had this invitational down here. I'm interested to see what some of those guys do. A lot of those guys are still fishing this event. I know for a fact a lot of the places where they caught them is absolutely blowed out mud. And so it's really interesting. Even when you look at some of the tournaments, I had a couple between now and then, and guys that were kind of catching them aren't catching them, or I don't even know if they showed up. I didn't even see their names up there. It's gonna be a grind on trying to catch one over 3 pounds, at least for me. I will say this: we got this, and then we go straight into. If we make the cut, me and Russell, if we both make the cut, we won't get any practice. We got to go straight to Conroe and fish at Brandon Belt. If one of us misses the cut or we both miss the cut, we'll get a practice day. We went straight from the TXTT, right into practice for this, right into the Conroe Brandon Belt event. And it's been I don't know, I'm sore, I'm tired, and I'm nowhere closer. It seems like the longer I stay on Rayburn, the harder it gets. Like the conditions keep changing and not for the better. So I'm hoping everything to stabilize. I will say one thing: I don't know about this mud and if it will ever clear up. Like it's really strange. This lake's not like this. I've never seen it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's ever gonna clear up for a couple months because it just keeps getting worse. Not any better. Like certain lakes kind of dirty up when you get a little bit of water like that, and then they'll start to clear up. This thing just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I think it's because they're pulling on it. But like I said, that's kind of interesting. I knew some stuff like this was going on when I watched LiveScope and watched some of this bait. The fish, I don't think care. I just think, man, when you get in a lake like this, really rely upon sight here because it's such a big, giant lake, and it's in the grass, and you got deep spots. It's a place that since they don't get on the bank yet, man, it's hard to catch them when it's out there, and when we all catch them out in the open water in the mud. Even in the grass, it's still kind of open water. You know, if you got these bushes and they're up in the bushes and it's muddy, no big deal. But they're not. Water's 52, 53 degrees where I'm at. I'm sure it's 57, 58 in some other places, but they just haven't pushed up yet. So, gonna cut, I don't know, maybe another hour. Let me go try to locate some more fish. I mean, I don't really, locating fish isn't really my deal. I'm really trying to find the pattern, and I just haven't really figured it out to catch some 4 and 5 pounders. But we're gonna have at it. We got one more day, and I might just say, I might just like go to a whole new section of the lake. I went to sections of the lake that I haven't been to in like 10 years and caught them. Tons of fish, just not big ones. Maybe if I sit there long enough. I sat there a long time, found about 8 or 10 spots and just kept on leaning on them just to see. I think there was that many fish, but I don't really feel like there was one. Maybe you catch a 4 or 5 pounder if you're lucky, but that luck wears out come tournament day. So, all right, I'm back at it. Maybe this will help. I don't know. Follow along. Tomorrow will be a different day. I'll try to make a video on it. Maybe if I figure something out, I can start putting the pieces together. All right, see you guys.